The reason why compassion plays such a big role in the therapeutic relationship that I have with my patients, it's because first I have this core belief that compassion is an element necessary to connection. And the reason why that is because compassion allows you to feel what the other person is feeling. Allows you to be together in that moment. And through the compassion, there's a relatability, there's a companionship. And by feeling this way, you also, as a patient, as an individual, are much more open because if we are together in the same situation, I'm not going to judge you, for example. I will be there for you. I am there for you as a partner, basically, right? As we want a partner to be. And nowadays, I see a lot of my colleagues, they have a very straightforward approach and a very rational approach. They listen, they take notes, they connect the dots, and then they categorize it as it's traditionally made, right? This is the standard procedure. But I believe that you should not only do that, but you should also have the availability to make your patient feel that they are the only thing that matters in that moment. And they can feel that through the presence and through this element of compassion. I feel you. I would say that's a very fine balance. But it's a balance that comes mostly from holding the ground, holding the situation, right? This presence that I mentioned before, it's a big element within the therapy to hold the space, hold the ground. This is solid. Like here, it's solid. Here, it's safe. Do not worry. Right? I have you covered, kind of thing. The only way I don't get consumed by that pain is because of my responsibility as a therapist to hold the ground, to make sure that people know that this is a safe place, this is a safe space. My message to the people who believe that it's okay to feel the pain alone, it's basically that's not necessary. We don't need to do anything alone. There's actually a very beautiful principle that says that we are in this life to experience ourselves through others. I would go directly to the foundation of that thought, that it's basically the fact that in order for us to process and understand and comprehend and transform whatever struggle or pain or trauma that we have. So the only way to do that is actually through other people. It's with other people. It's not alone. And of course, there's a difference between choosing to do that with friends and choosing to do that with a therapist. They both are very important, but the therapist has a higher vision of the problem, of the concept. It gives you it can see the whole picture and bring you to a place of a better judgment that sometimes, and most of the times, friends can't do, because they are too in touch with the situation, they are too involved in the situation, so that makes it naturally much more difficult. The friends also, they don't have the responsibility. I think I would go back to how I started this conversation about there's an ethical responsibility that a therapist, like when you study psychology, you study the ethics of being a therapist. And there's an ethic, a very, very important one, about the responsibility towards the individual and the well-being of the individual.